welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about this interactive chart I've built right here and what it has to do with child-led learning in our homeschooling. Before I talk about how this list works with our homeschooling, make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more homeschooling content just like this. And the like button lets me know this is a video you are interested in, so I know that this is the type of thing you want to see in the future on my channel. So if it is helpful in any way, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Now let's get started and let's talk about this list. So I do have more pieces than what you see here. This is just an example set up, but if you've been around my channel for any short even length of time, you know that I love child-led learning and I like to let my daughter feel like she has a say in her schooling. And so this list is to help us do that with her schedule. Now up to this point, the way we've done the schedule is I have picked when we do the core subjects and then she kind of picks everything in between. But I want to give her the availability to attempt to control the entire schedule. And before we get into how it works, I do want to just say how easy it was to make this. You don't have to use a computer and a printer. You can obviously do this by hand, but what I did was I got onto a website called Canva. I built these little word cards and then I cut them out, laminated, and then I used Velcro on the back of these to stick up here. So it's very simple to make, and all I did was stick it to the side of one of our bookshelves so that it would be easy for my daughter to access. I did keep it higher up so the 2-year-old wouldn't grab it all day. Okay, so back to how this works. Usually I would plan her day, and so what we would do is we would start with reading, and then she would get a brain break. We would go into math, another brain break, and we would use trays or whatever other activities for those brain breaks that we choose to do. And I would pick when she does those subjects, but let her have all the in-betweens. Now, instead, I want to give her more control over her day. We do live in a state where I have to build a portfolio, and there are specific subjects I have to meet. So that is why there are so many options, because these are all things that we will go over at some point throughout the school year. Now, I don't have to present her all of these at the same time. Obviously, this would be a very loaded schedule, probably even an 8-hour day. That would be obviously reading, mindfulness, science, exercise, math, open art, writing, trays, instrument, French, state history, crafts. Over here I have some more, which are music class and US history. And as I come up with more subjects, I can always build on to this and make more little cards for her to use. But here's how an example would go. Now I have cleared it here just to obviously give you the most simple example ever of how to do this. But what I did was I grabbed some that would most likely be things that we would go over in a day. So what I would do is I would present these to my daughter. Now, her and her wild hair is here today. Excuse her hair. Come here. You wanna do it? Okay, so normally I wouldn't hold her for this. I did make sure she's able to reach all the way to the top of this, but for the sake of her being able to be in screen of the video, actually I can move the camera, that's what I'll do. But I have some here and I'm going to let her show you if she could choose her day, how she would do it. And this is exactly how we're going to start planning our days. Obviously, you're going to pick the subjects you're teaching that day. You still control over the subjects. So let's say you want to do writing, math, reading, and science. Okay, hand them those 4 cards and let them put them in the order of which they would like to learn, and they have control over their day in that way. So I'm just going to give her some examples and let her build what she would have her day look like based off of what I would want to teach that day. You're going to put these in order of what you would like to do. Okay, so like if I were to give you these things that we would learn today, up here is gonna be the first thing you wanna learn and go all the way down, okay? Good. All right, what's the next subject you would like to study? Okay.
I should probably start my day with that so I don't...
Oh, you want to start your day with the mindfulness? Okay. Let's move these down. Put that up there.
I should probably...
And then you put math last. Okay, so she made her decision, and so this is what we will be doing every day now. And that is, she chose that she would start with mindfulness, which is like yoga, meditation, maybe a mindful activity, whatever it is. She said she needs to start that off so that her little sister doesn't get on her nerves. She would follow that with science, which is going to be really fun soon, huh? With our friend Max. We are learning human body, and we have a human body named Max here. She would follow that up with exercise, art, trays, which are the activity trays back here, which I'm changing out here in a second. And then she would go into French, writing, reading, and math. So basically she put all the fun stuff first. Okay, so yes, you see this is how she's going to have more say in her day. I'm still controlling the topics that we're talking about, but she is controlling her own schedule and deciding when to do it. Now, depending on how it goes, we may have to change it up a bit because, as you may know, if you've been around on my channel, reading is extremely important to me. It's the #1 thing that we need to get done, in my opinion. She put it towards the end. You know, like she wants to do all the fun first, which is fine. So with that being said, if I notice that towards the end of the day, we're not reaching this point, we're not getting these subjects done, then I need to make a decision. So that is, I'm going to either give her less options in a day so that we get through all of them, or I'm going to say, I'm going to pick the very first thing we do and you pick the rest. That way I can make sure we're getting in the topic that I feel like we need to hit the most. You could also go back and forth, like let your child choose one, you choose one, your child chooses one, you choose one, however that would look. There are just so many different ways to play around with this, but this is how we plan to do it. I'm going to give her full control, we'll see how it goes, and then I'll make adjustments from there if needed. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up so I know that this is the type of content you would like to see on my channel in the future. And don't forget to subscribe for more homeschooling content just like this. Later this week, you're going to see me go through these trays and show you some brand new activities we will have on our trays, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you see when that video goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and I want you guys to have a wonderful day. Have fun homeschooling. Bye!